Hello, my name is Adam Flett, and I'm with the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization. And I'm here today to talk about proper lawn care techniques that'll help you get a denser, healthier lawn, that will help it retain more moisture during times of drought, shade out weeds, and as well as collect more stormwater to reduce pollutant runoff. The main principle that we're going to be talking about is mowing high and often, and there's a couple of different techniques you can use to make sure that you're reaching that. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're considering mowing high and often is to check the decking of your lawnmower. You want to aim for 3 to 3.5 inches of blade length of the grass, and you can check that by using a tape measure or a ruler. So we'll check it right now. And it looks like it's a little bit low still, maybe around 2.5 inches, so we're just going to want to make sure that we move it a little bit higher. So we're at about 3 inches of blade length now, and your blade might sit a little bit higher than that, so being around 3 to 3.5 is a good area. Keeping a longer blade length essentially keeps your grass looking healthier and denser because it helps shade out those weeds and makes your grass act more like a sponge. So when your grass dries out, it's less likely to take in more stormwater versus when it's consistently wet. So having a longer blade length will help shade it to make sure that it keeps more water over the course of time, especially in drought periods. So as you can see, I mowed a patch of the grass right now, and I really focused on keeping the lawn clippings towards the center of the yard. It's really important to keep the grass clippings off of impervious surfaces like sidewalks and driveways and alleys to keep them from going into the storm drain system. As you can see, that leaves some clippings over, which actually can be really great for your lawn and act as a fertilizer over the course of the season. It's the equivalent of one full fertilization. Grass clippings are really high in nitrogen and phosphorus, so they can help feed back into your lawn and keep them healthy. Another thing to consider with your grass clippings is if it's getting really dense, you can always bag your grass clippings and put them into your compost, or just put them into yard waste if you don't want to use them for compost. So as you can see, we also have some grass still left on the sidewalk here. And in the backyard, it actually goes downhill towards the alley. So if it rains, whatever's on the sidewalk might actually flow down into the alley and ultimately end up in storm drains and contribute some of that fertilizer back into the local water bodies as well as the river, which can lead to algal blooms. A few other things to consider are around yellowing and browning in your lawn. It doesn't have to be perfect, and your grass will go dormant midway through the season, so that's okay. If you are considering watering your lawn, I would really think about watching the weather. You really want to aim for around 1 inch of water per week, and oftentimes that comes through rainwater and stormwater. Another thing you can have is a rain gauge that will help you track how much water has fallen in a given week. And if you do need to supplement, you can always use a sprinkler, again, aiming for that 1 inch of water per week. If you really get tired of having lawn and it's not working out well for you, you can always consider getting rid of turf and putting in a low maintenance fescue or grass mix. You can also consider adding a native plant garden or other types of gardens that might capture more water than turf itself. If you have any questions about lawn care maintenance, make sure to put them in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.